Notice Hasan definitely doesn't like criticism. I don't like that. Do you have no capacity to analyze what just unfolded in front of your eyes and you just respond to shapes and colors? Is that what's going on? Yes, dude. A cynical radlib framework that chatter was operating off of is unimaginably annoying. You think I don't encounter that on a daily basis a million times over, in especially progressive spaces like the one that I've cultivated here? Shut the fuck up. That's not criticism. Someone saying you're doing too much on black issues is not like real criticism, okay? What the fuck do you mean? Especially when I'm in the process of describing systemic racism. It's so stupid. People have no way of like analyzing what just unfolded. Okay? The Blexit movement. Come on, dude. Yeah. Look at our jobs program. Like, come on, dude. The Blexit movement. Look at black conservatives, a whopping 8%. It's crazy, okay? There's dozens of us. You understand? There's dozens of us, and every single one of us has been hired by a Republican think tank. Okay? It's weird. The only thing they keep asking of me is to keep saying, as a black man, I know what racism looks like, and insert whichever political figure on the Republican side has been accused of being a heinous white supremacist charlatan is not a racist. Please look at CPAC. Look at the RNC. One, there's never been, at least in contemporary society, not in the past, but post-party swap, post-Southern strategy, there's never been a fucking black congressional representative on the Republican Party that has not come from a majority white district. Black people do not vote for black Republicans. Okay, that's number one. Is that surprising? I don't know. Let's think about it. Interesting. I wonder why. Okay, that's number one. Number two, go and watch CPAC videos. Go and watch videos from the RNC. Go and watch videos from any number of Republican conferences. Okay, they live stream them. Pay attention closely to what the black speakers talk about. Okay? White speakers talk about a litany of different things that the Republican Party is doing really well. Black speakers are specifically put there to talk about how the Republican Party and the Republican platform is not racist. Okay? That's all they got. That's all they do. One must ask the question, why? Economic issue? Okay. Why are black people underserved on average in comparison to their white counterparts? Why is it that the black son of a black middle class family has less job opportunities, even if they have the same exact fucking educational attainment of a comparable white son of a white middle class family? You can't just say, oh, that's a socioeconomic issue, while simultaneously saying systemic racism is not real. Okay? Also, the issue in terms of like black women dying during childbirth is it transcends class boundaries. Like, his argument is not only wrong, but even if his argument was correct, his counter was correct, oh, it's like a money problem, that still does not undercut the main premise here that like systemic racism is still a problem. You can't just like wash that away by saying it's socioeconomic. It's very simple, okay? Either you believe that there are intrinsic qualities to black people that caused them to be in the positions that they are right now, which means that you believe that they are inferior genetically, like something that black people have that causes them to be in the position that they're in right now, or you believe that there are external qualities, which is systemic racism. That's it. People can masquerade and say, oh, it's just culture. Oh, it's just this or that. But like, ultimately, black culture is all American culture, okay? It is the number one cultural product that Americans consume and Americans export. There are more white people in this country, and therefore more white people listen to rap music, for example. So even when you say black culture, what you're actually trying to substitute is that black people, I guess, like react to black culture differently than white people. There has to be something that is wrong with black people then. That is the reason why a lot of these people that say like, oh, it's just black culture, it's not the black race, are just racists that are embarrassed and are trying to hide the underlying racist sentiment. Dumb take. This is wrong. Dumb take. Why can't you guys, why are you physically incapable of just addressing what is wrong about it instead of just being like, this is wrong and dumb? I will not elaborate further. Rage baited. Okay, good. Take a day. Wrong house. What news you reading? Wrong house, as in the supposed quote unquote investigation that they conducted to be able to get a fucking search warrant, to get a no-knock warrant, was not justifiable at all. That Breonna Taylor was not even remotely involved. The fuck are you talking about? Breonna Taylor's a nurse, dude. Fact check. Separating the truth from the lies in the Breonna Taylor police shooting. The facts. What happened at Breonna Taylor's apartment. Claim. Police were at the wrong apartment. Various Facebook and Twitter posts claimed that Louisville police went to the wrong apartment the night of Taylor's death when they served the search warrant. Ben Crump, a Florida attorney involved in the Taylor case, wrote on Twitter, police had the wrong address and their real suspect was already in custody. The Courier-Journal obtained copies of the 5 search warrants the Louisville police received authorization as a part of the narcotics investigation. Wait, this is correct. What are you talking about? 1 was Taylor's apartment. 3 were in the Russell neighborhood for adjacent homes on Elliott Avenue, and 1 was for the house of West Muhammad Ali Boulevard. The Muhammad Ali Boulevard was not executed. The search warrant for Taylor's home includes her street address, apartment number, and photos of her apartment. Yeah, they still went to the wrong house. What are you talking about? Unless you think that Breonna Taylor is not a nurse, but instead a fucking drug dealer, then yeah, they went to the wrong house, dumbass. What do you mean? Your fact check. Hello? R rating false. The search warrant for Taylor and her home explicitly identified her and her address. Yeah, the Louisville police was not by. Did you not read? This does not. The argument is not whether or not the police had a warrant to go to Breonna Taylor's house, you fucking idiot. They did. The point is that she is not a drug dealer. They believe Taylor had ties to Glover, one of the main suspects in the investigation. However, the search warrant they used to enter her home contained erroneous information that Taylor was receiving suspicious packages tied. Do you guys just like Google fact check Breonna Taylor and then just like post it in here? You said wrong house. You said wrong house. Not unreasonable. I don't understand your point. The fucking fact check that you sent me literally proves what I'm saying. They went to the wrong house, as in not that they didn't have a search warrant for that house. They went to the wrong house because there were no drugs there. Breonna Taylor was not involved in this fucking drug case. The detective literally lost their job for claiming that that was the case. What the fuck are you talking about? The article itself literally proves that. Are you okay? Like, when I say they went to the wrong house, okay, I thought you meant the wrong house as it wasn't the right people. No, that is what I'm saying. It wasn't the right person. Breonna Taylor was not the right person. What are you saying? Do you have a hard time with reading comprehension? Because the same article that you sent me that says this was false literally proves the point that I'm making. No, they're just taking you out of context on purpose. They know what you mean, but are going off of your exact words was a gotcha. It's really a mystery how you, of all people, have the dumbest shadows of all time. The reason for that is because a lot of people want to feel smart, or at the very least, they come in here because they want to debate this kind of stuff. That's why they come in here. Or is that like the previous historic wrongs committed were dished out on the basis of your skin color? You cannot offer restitution to that without addressing that problem. Okay? It's very weird when people try to be like, no, you don't understand. Like, it's just, why not everybody? It's like, first of all, he does not want that to happen for everybody because he's a Republican. Okay? He doesn't want that to happen at all. It's a classic Republican deflection to be like, oh, well, what about, what about homeless veterans? Anytime they try to fucking, anytime that anybody tries to talk about immigrants, they're like, oh, what about homeless veterans? It's like, you don't care about homeless veterans. You don't care about homeless people at all. Okay? You don't. Shut the fuck up. You're just using that as a talking point to deflect away from the main point of contention here.
Heard a good summary of both of their perspectives, so we're just going to take their perspectives. So,
did he say that? I'm using an analogy. I'm using a argument that is used by Republicans often in a similar vein. Okay? Him saying, oh, we need to uplift all Americans, when she's talking specifically about uplifting black Americans to right historic wrongs that were done to black people, is a deflection mechanism.
So, based on those statements that we just heard, raise your hand if...
Dude, of course you're pushing the Nazi Trump propaganda. What? Oh, I'm going to throw up. Don't take the bait is hard. I don't know if Israel's so good at so many things. This is the CEO of the fact check website. What is this fact check? TD Ameritrade, acquired by Charles Schwab Corporation. Straight Arrow News. Mr. Ricketts, a conservative and GOP donor, came up with the idea for Straight Arrow News after a discussion with a longtime liberal friend that left both men wondering why people on different sides of the political spectrum couldn't put their biases aside. Oh, I'm losing my mind, dude. Dude, what the fuck? I feel like I'm going crazy. Thank God for this unbiased man doing the Herculean task of combating misinformation with a straight arrow fact checks. Oh my God. Oh. I'm dying. Bottom of his wiki page, he's an Islamophobe. On February 5th, 2019, Splinter News released a cache of Ricketts' emails from 2009 to 2014. He wrote that Islam could not create a civil society, that we cannot ever let Islam become a large part of our society, and that Muslims are naturally my, in parentheses, our enemy. Included were Obama citizenship conspiracy theory emails and claims that Obama favored Islam over other religions. Also included were multiple racist joke emails that he received and responded to positively, including slurs against black and Hispanic people. He apologized for the emails after they were made public. I'm so glad that we have the CEO of racism doing fact checks over issues that pertain to racism. He gave $2.2 million to Donald Trump's 2020 campaign. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm going to throw up. I'm going to throw up. This is the guy that's running the Jubilee fact checks. I mean, it smelled weird to me when I looked at the supposed fact checks that were occurring. It didn't make any sense. And now it makes too much sense. I don't think you understand the point behind the fact check bubbles is not just to dispute. Yeah, when this person is saying that Israel's currently not doing a genocide, okay? When its conduct has all the markings of a genocide, when not only that, but also the ICJ is currently prosecuting Israel for conducting a genocide, and that they have found it plausible enough to continue an investigation into it. And her counter is, well, Palestinians fuck a lot, you know? So obviously there is no genocide. And the fact check bubble underneath goes, yeah, she's right. Palestinian population has skyrocketed, so there is no genocide. Then it's not just fact checking, okay? Kaya, please. They're saying that she's right. This is how propaganda works. What? What? I don't think that's real. I don't think that's the case. Is 23andMe also just like, it would be weird if 23andMe itself was like so in the tank for Israel, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure that you can't even like directly get a 23andMe test in Israel. that they're like, hey, 23andMe said I'm from Judea, so the West Bank no longer exists and Palestine doesn't exist. To be fair, the Romans called it Judea. That being said, the Zionist lady's a 7-figure net worth plastic surgeon from LA who has appeared on PragerU. Of course, every single person that we've watched so far is a PragerU person. Also, hey Hasan, please check messages. Don't populations boom under extreme circumstances? Yes, they do. 73% Jewish, 21% Arab, and 5.4% other, according to the CIA. More than 60% of Israel's Jewish population comes from Middle Eastern and African nations. Why this distinction then? Why is it that Israel's own distinction, according to the CIA, its own demographic designation is different? Yes, Judaism is an ethno-religion. Okay, that's true. But having said that, it's quite odd that 60% of Israel's Jewish population comes from Middle Eastern and African nations from the MENA region. Why are they categorized separately than the other Arabs that happen to be non-Jewish inside of Israel? I wonder what that could be. What's that about? That's weird. That's weird. Itamar Ben-Gvir is, when you first look at him, virtually indistinguishable from any other Arab or Kurdish man because he is Arab and Kurdish. I wonder why Israel chose to make a specific demographic classification on the virtue of his religion. They don't speak Arabic. Yes, they do. Plenty of Arab Jews do speak Arabic. What are you talking about? The fuck? The fuck are you talking about? I work for a plastic surgery conference and we got like 1 million emails along to remove this lady from our faculty list. Her social media is insane. Judea, yeah, my DNA says I come from Agraba. Because Jewish is an ethnicity, they aren't the same because historically they didn't mix much. To be fair, you can actually look at their DNA and differentiate. Yeah, the irony, of course, of that conversation is you could look at the fucking DNA and trace the genetic ancestry of the Palestinians that are living there back to also the OG Jews. Not everyone left. Okay? That also, none of this matters. You can't just be like, sorry, I own this, and then just fucking kill or ethnically displace 1 million people almost that live there and then continue to dominate them for almost a fucking century. Like, that's an idiotic proposition to begin with. Genuine question, why are there different demographic classifications in Israel? I mean, because Israel is a ethno and religious supremacist state. It is fascist inherently. Zionism is inherently fascist. That's what it is.
Like me.
Jews are not allowed to go into the West Bank without getting lynched. The West Bank is literally occupied by the IDF. I mean, if you want to go to visit the tomb, abolish the apartheid. What do you mean? You can't go to the West Bank without getting lynched? No one's claiming Jewish people didn't exist in Palestine before Israel. I know. That's like so fucking... Oh my God. There were Jewish people living in historic Palestine as well under the Ottoman Empire and also during British Mandate Palestine as well. Like even before the settler colonial occupation.
Brought the ice.
No, it is yes. It is written in the law. There is no other country that has so openly fucking expressed their demographic concern. I'll give you an example. The United States of America is a white supremacist nation, okay? It was built on white supremacist values. That is just the truth. You might agree with it, you might disagree with it, doesn't matter. Historically speaking, it was built on these values, okay? And we have a bunch of shit, or had a bunch of shit in our laws that expressed that sentiment, that expressed that desire. There's remnants of that still baked into all of our institutions. Ironically enough, the first point of contention was whether or not America is still a systemically racist country, which it is. But even in the United States of America, okay, even in the United States of America, we do not have, as far as I know, an explicit demographic concern that is codified in the law. Okay, Israel does have that. That's crazy. Israel has that. Now imagine if America was like, no, it has to be. Where is it codified? Okay, one immediate example I can give you is that occupied East Jerusalem has directly written